one of the things that I had asked the Extra Life VP, the Extra Life Edmonton VP that I was chatting to about the event getting it underway, was if I could set up a little thingamabob there that lets people donate to my page if they really enjoy playing in the Smash, because it would be really cool to hit like $10,000 total raised on this channel one day and be something really awesome to slap onto a resume and all that. So totally selfish reasons there. And he said, like, sure, you can if you'd like. So I 3D printed, I think I have it in a bag back there. I 3D printed a little container. Do I have it in this bag? Pretty sure I left it in this one. Yeah, I did. I found like Halloween candy bowl designs that people designed online. I 3D printed like a miniature version here that I figured could be like a little tip jar thing. And it was, for most of the event, a little candy bowl that I just filled up with Halloween candy and left on the front of the frag area so that people that were LAN attendees could come and take candy when they wanted. But during the Smash event, I had this set up on the stage along with a QR code that directed, like, and this is a 3D printed QR code. Everything here is 3D printed. A 3D printed QR code that directs to my specific fundraising page. I 3D printed a little tag in the Extra Life colors that are like, donations, thanks so much, to make it obvious that that's what this was here. And I set up a little thingamabob where it's like, hey, for those that can donate digitally, great. If anyone has like some coins that they want to put in here, then I'll donate it. And I also had set up a whole bunch of like 3D printed dragons. I had like a whole bunch of these guys out there that I figured, like, if people are making in-person donations, I can be giving them 3D printed dragons as thanks. And I 3D printed a bunch of dragons in the blue Extra Life colors that I have in a bag in the back corner of my room right now. And I don't think anyone ever noticed them. I haven't got that one made yet, but I will get it made. No one ever even commented on them. And I made sure to have them, like, set up, like, forefront kind of at the stage, so like people that are sitting down and playing the game, I'll see them and see like the little thing that's like donations and a whole bunch of Extra Life dragons, but no one even so much as mentions them. No one noticed them. So yeah, I was definitely a little bit disappointed about that. And I took back home my same big bag full of dragons that I ended up going to the venue with. So I had to load up all my dragons. What? Most adamantly. Kind of hoping that I would have gotten rid of them while I was there. So, I didn't receive well, you could say that I received one in-person donation before the event there even started. Before the Smash Ultimate event even started, I should say. I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. Yeah. That's too bad there.
To become like you, but training isn't enough. You're more than a warrior. The blood of the gods runs through your veins.
I thought they preferred Isu in Atlantis.
The Isu may as well be the divine with how they rule. Cold, calculating, indifferent to the people milling beneath them. But it's not just Isu blood that makes you special, is it? There's something else.
Well, you tell me.
I'm talking about this. Your spear.
Cute.
Showing off for me, are you?
Just a little. Are you impressed?
If I wasn't so distracted by your beautiful face,
Did I have my mic unmuted?
you would never have gotten close to my spear.
Flattering.
Is my mic muted or not? OBS is like being so dang laggy. I'm trying to have my mic muted as I'm rooting around in my bag because I'm pulling out an Extra Life dragon. I guess I'll just leave it unmuted. If you hear me rooting around,
He's
whatever.
afraid of taking the relationship public. He says his enemies would exploit me as his weakness, so he keeps me a secret.
Wait, you're in love with Atlas?
From my experience, I'm not sure Isu men truly love. Nevertheless, I need to make him see that I can be his strength. Our partnership might be a key to bridging the
Why is
gap
that ship
between
rocking so
Isu
much?
and humans.
Your love is strategic.
If we take the relationship public, we could marry and I could rule the district by his side, influence policy and ease the tension between the two groups. But so long as I am merely human, it can never be. That's why I want to be like you.
What, you want a blood transfusion? What are your goals for Atlantis?
You seem very passionate about Atlantean politics.
Atlas doesn't approach the human and Isu conflict with compassion for humanity. I believe I can bring that compassion.
How can you love someone as cruel as Atlas?
Someone so ready to kill his own brothers hardly strikes me as husband material.
Atlas is like any Isu, aloof and unchanging. That's why we make a good team. I bring out his humanity.
But do you sacrifice your own happiness? I'll help you.
Nice to have another ally in Atlantis. What's your plan?
At the Adamant Metalon, they harvest a metal used to create devices just like your spear.
Oh, that's where I'll get another
The
ingot.
strongest metal ever forged. Could this be used to forge other weapons?
Well, adamant ingots could, but what I need is raw adamant. I know the one who can forge it for me. The Atlas can't suspect what I'm up to, so make sure you're not seen.
He doesn't know about this?
I'll tell him the truth when the time is right. Please, hurry back.
Okay. But anyway, this is one of the extra life dragons. Because the extra life colors are like dark blue, light blue, and white. So I print them starting at like dark blue bottom, and then light blue for most of the body. Whoa, that confuses my camera. And then white for spikes. So I printed a whole bunch of these guys. And now I have a whole bunch of them that I don't know what to do with. If I could find a place to store them, then like maybe I'd use them next year. There's another LAN event in January, but the extra life events are only one per year. Every November. First weekend of November. Let's put this down on my desk for now. So I have a whole bunch of dragons. Like, not as many as I went to Fragapalooza with, but still quite a lot of dragons. Though, there was one singular dragon that I gave away, because before that, I actually had one of my friends from the German bilingual program along with his girlfriend come and say hi at the event. I, a couple weeks ago, was at a little campfire get-together thingamabob with a lot of my friendos that I grew up with in the German bilingual program. And I mentioned to a couple of them, like, oh, by the way, I'm hosting this this event on the West Edmonton Mall ice rink at this time for a charity event if anyone wants to stop by. So there's one friend of mine, he came by, and that was really cool to see. So this is about a little bit under an hour before the Smash event started. And those two kind of indulged me a little bit in joining in some of my pinball shenanigans by playing some Waluigi pinball with me with Mario Party Jamboree. So they played along with my tomfoolery, and I talked a little bit about the event. And they left a donation while they were there, which was, like, really nice. And I said, hey, I brought this whole bag of dragons to give to people that are donating in person. So if you want to pick out a dragon, you can pick out a dragon. So that's the one dragon that went home. And, out of the two of them, my friendo's girlfriend was the one that chose the dragon, because my friendo in question is colorblind. So, like, what kind of colors is he gonna choose? You know? Which is kind of funny. And he's also 1 day older than me. And he's one of the guys that, he's like the main guy that I've been trying to figure out playing SpongeBob movie game stuff with for so long. That I've talked about on this channel for so long about potentially getting that going one day. So, for the very first time, he's now been seen on the channel, the very first sighting of him. But still yet to have us do SpongeBob movie games together. One day, mayhap. Maybe I'll go through there in a hot second. Whoa, what the heck are they doing? So, they were able to take a dragon home that they seemed to really like. And it was actually one of the ones that, that I had at Fragapalooza. That was one of the ones that wasn't selected as one of the tournament prizes, actually. So it's one of the leftover ones you could say that I had. But the colors were still really cool. I'm honestly surprised, that no one took it at Frag. Because it's actually a really cool dragon. So now it's gone to a home. Oh, it's not going to be worthwhile to kick them into here, because that's just water. Also no sound effect, what? Maybe I can trek around this way. And my friendo there, he also had something to give me at the beginning, which I was really surprised for. He gave me this hat here, and he said, you know, I saw this hat a while back, and it reminded me of exactly of the hat that you wear all the time. Like, it's not exactly the same, because mine cuts off, just like En's hat, it cuts off part way there. It doesn't go all the way to the top. It only goes to there. So it's not exactly the same, considering this one goes all the way to the top, like you can see it going up to there. Yeah, because it's a brand new hat, is the case. So he said, I know it's not exactly the same, but it reminds me so much of the hat that you wear literally all the time, non-stop. So I wanted to get it for you, and apparently he's had it for a little while. And so he gave it to me at that event, which was, like, really nice of him. So I don't think that it would be, like, my main new hat or anything. I do think I would like to remake this one day, so that's exactly like Enharmonia's hat. But I might wear it from time to time, and there are some perks to it, like the fact that I can adjust it at the back, and I can put my ponytail through because there's a hole. that one doesn't have. So during this stream where I'm giving like the 24-hour Cherry Stream 11 recap here, I wanted to wear it just to just to show it. And I think that the idea of the design is like, hey, here's space that you can like inscribe some sort of logo, just a big open white space is, I believe, the idea behind it. But yeah, just as is, it looks like almost N's hat. It would be like a perfect one for one if it was cut off there. I mean, I could always get like black paint and then just paint the upper half black, just like this was a blank black hat and I painted this lower half here white. Just do the opposite and paint the other half black there or something. I don't know. So it's a hat that I have now, and I have a shit ton of hats now. Like, look at this. Wow. If I grab these, because before the event I ended up ordering this Waluigi hat because Waluigi pinball, so I thought it'd be fitting to wear this for the 24-hour Cherry Stream, and that's what I did. And it just came in like a set of 2 anyway, so now I have a Wario and a Waluigi hat. And I got this a few months ago when I was in Texas. I got this in San Antonio on Cinco de Mayo for like 20 bucks. It was not expensive at all. I have a Mew hat there too. And then I have like my hat and like a similar newer version of the same hat. So I just have like a pile of hats now.
Here you are.
I have so many hats. So I've amassed now a hat collection, much the same as I have a scarf collection. Like, I have so many scarves now. Like, this one that I've been wearing a decent bit here lately is another new one because, well, new to me. Because it was another one that my Oma dug up when she was going through a whole bunch of old stuff that would have belonged to my Opa. I was like, oh, here's another scarf for his. You want it? Even though I already have, like, several of his scarves. And I have probably, like, 5 or 6 scarves now. But I'm wearing that from time to time now, too. Something a little bit different. So, yeah, I have so many hats now, and I have so many scarves now. is the case. I have a lot of different thingamabobs there. But yeah, it is very nice and adjustable. It's nice and new as opposed to like all worn. But like this one has history, you know. Ended up with that fat DS delivered today. Nice, got a Cobalt blue one. It's in pretty good shape somewhere on it. Some plastic has Game Boy Advance SPs, so obviously it has scratches. But still is the original wrist strap. There's a wrist strap for the Nintendo DS, and it just isn't broken like 9% of them did. Nice. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you wear a different hat before. It's so crispy. Yeah, it's not very often that I'd be wearing different hats there. Your favorite hat is a hat you just got from Alaska. It's blue and it just says Alaska on it. Nice. But yeah, and now I have like a whole bunch. Like I'll still probably mainly be wearing that one. It's like my normal go-to. I mean, maybe this might be something that I wear more in day-to-day, and then maybe this I wear more for channel stuff because of like the branding of like the design and how long I've had it with this channel and stuff. I don't know. I don't know what the heck. But I have this hat now. Wow, that was able to one-shot. I'm honestly surprised. I didn't think it would. So, yeah. So, multiple hats here. Steam already got back to you on your refund request. $53.49 is now pending, so by tomorrow you can buy Baldur's Gate 3, Shame Out Planet Coaster 2. Yeah. Got a chef hat too, that apparently I have to wear every day as part of uniform. Nice. Exact same hat as Bobby is wearing in the new King of the Hill reboot. I don't know who Bobby is. I don't know what King of the Hill is. Sorry to say. I'm not familiar with this. Okay, maybe I'm looking for it somewhere down here. So, yeah, there's a guy there. So, yeah, just before the Smash event started, I ended up getting a new hat as a gift. Giving away a dragon. And then got the Smash event underway. I mean, the name sounds familiar, so maybe I've heard of it before. Yep, I have indeed of that. Seen lots of it before. Yep, seen lots of The Simpsons. Seen a whole lot of that. But yeah, and then got the Smash event underway. And like I said, there was a lot of controller issues, and there was definitely more and more interest being garnered as it went on. So, by the time that it was through and I was packing up, which there was only about 51 minutes of game time, I had this one parent and kid come up to me asking if, like, they could still hop in. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm packing up. This is, like, the only time slot that I had here. And then shortly after, like, about a minute in that I'm packing up, this one little girl comes up to me and asks, like, if I, whoops, if I plan on setting it up again later. I was like, I'm sorry, this is the only time slot that I had, so, like, and the mall is closing after this band, because, like, this last band was running 8 to 9, and, the mall closes at 9, so, yeah, there was no more time there. So some people were definitely a little bit disappointed, and not a whole lot of people got the chance to play, because there was only 51 minutes, and that's still, like, the beginning of what could have been, like, a longer event there. So a lot of people were watching and being like, oh, maybe I'll hop in a little bit. But by the time they have that idea, whoops, the moment is past. So, decent few people were definitely a little smidge disappointed there. Here, let's go ahead and dismantle this crap. So if it did go on in a future year, it would be nice if it was going on for at least a couple hours or something like that. But they had me scheduled like right between two bands. I can show the actual schedule here. If I pull this up here, if I go check out Extra Life Edmonton Twitter page here. Let's see. They posted the event schedule just a little bit before the event. Oh, I'm already using display capture. I didn't have to switch to it. Well, guess you've been seeing it this whole time. Yeah, so I was scheduled like right between two things here, and across the other stuff, there was only like 1 hour time slots that were available. But maybe if something like that was going on in future years, maybe it would be possible to like adjust one of the bands to like sooner or later, and then there's a 2 hour time slot open for Smash, and then more people get the chance to play, because it really was not a whole lot of time at all. And the people who did get to play seemed to have a lot of fun, but there was definitely a decent few people disappointed that it was as short as it was. So maybe that'll be different next year. We shall see. Also, I don't know what these are. I did not see these once during my time there, so like, I don't know exactly what these are. Also, oh, I meant to DM this to you, Guzma. I forgot. Like, when I was going through the stream VOD, I was reminded of this. This symphony here from Old Skona, they came and they played for a little while. The very first theme that they played was from Final Fantasy 16. It's really hard to make out on my microphone because it was the early part of the stream before I realized, maybe I should remove my filters on the microphone to make it sound better. And my filters are still gone. Hopefully my voice sounds a-okay. So you can only hear like bits and pieces of it. I forget what the theme was. I'm pretty sure it's like the normal battle theme. Well, not like the normal battle theme, but like the normal boss battle theme is what it is. Or it's the one that goes do 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 do. The like, and I had a different part in the back of my mind that I was about to hum, and now I forget what it was. Anyway, I can send it to you sometime later. It was really cool though, even if you can only hear bits and pieces. So that was neat and cool how I identified that. There was our section at the back, Fragapalooza, that looked very head table-like by being at the front there, amidst all these rows and stuff. They had a few different people playing there on the stage. They had this massive freezer full of ice cream. I had like 2 of these. My little cousin had like 5 or 6 of these. Because there were so many throughout the event, and they weren't being gone through otherwise, so it was for the LANA attendees, which was really nice there. And when I first saw this photo at like the Fragapalooza setup, is it bad that at first I didn't recognize this guy in the purple hat and with the beard? Because like I'm still not entirely used to seeing myself with a beard, and when I think of myself, I think of that hat. I think of black and white. I don't think of like a purple hat. So I saw this photo with like Fragapalooza and these people behind the table, and I was like, wonder who that guy in the purple hat is. It was me. I failed to identify myself. I don't know what I look like. Oh yeah, and there's this is like a candy bowl with a bunch of Halloween candy on it. And also, do you love my amazing cable management here, by the way? What's all this stuff here? Wait, that was you squinting and thought, nah. Yeah, it took me a second. Whoa. Can I open image in new tab? Like this? Yep. It took me a hot second. I didn't at first. Because I look at people with hats and I assume like black and white hat. That's gonna be me first and foremost. But like the purple hat plus my beard being so bushy, I was like, wait, was there someone else at the frag area that I didn't see before? No, it was me. And I didn't recognize myself. So yeah, a little bit embarrassing there. So here's my setup with like the 2 monitors, and here's like the camera that you're currently seeing me through. And then here's my cousin's computer and his double monitor setup. Because we had basically all the space that we want. Like, everyone else that was doing LAN gaming stuff there has like 4 feet of table space. Since, like, you have a spot and that's it. But at the Fragapalooza area, it's literally just like, hey, across all the frag people that show up, figure it out and share the space amongst yourselves. And there's usually like way more than enough space to go around. So we just take as much space as we want, really, and don't have to be quite as close as everyone else here. So we were rocking our double monitor setups and going crazy with everything here. So yeah, there is that. Yeah, I still can't get used to the beard, and I might take it off here pretty soon. is what I might just do. Just saw an Etsy commercial on TV that showed Waldo. We found Waldo at the venue. More specifically, my little cousin spotted him. I forget what game it was during, but I remember I turned the camera to show like the upper balcony where Waldo was, which was amazing. Didn't recognize that 11 out of 10 supermodel right there. But yeah, can't wait for Planet Coaster 3 in 2034. Hopefully it'll be better. That jazz band was neat. It was definitely really, really cool. Also, was that just from like tuning into the stream and listening there? If you were actually at the venue, if you're ever at something like that, let me know and you can take a dragon. Like, I had so many dragons there. But yeah, so there was that. A bunch of bands and stuff playing. Search up on YouTube and it was posted 5 days ago. Nice, nice. And yeah, like, here's all the different stands and stuff like that. Was it? No, it wasn't this one that I got the Pokemon cards from. It was this area here. So apparently this is like a cafe that does like a lot of TCG related stuff, mainly specializing in Pokemon. So he had like a lot of Pokemon cards and a lot of Pokemon plushies all over the place. My little cousin was joking about how I should buy this Rayquaza and get it as like another scarf here. And they had like a little spin wheel here where it's like $7 for 1 spin or $20 for 3. And then what you get is like what it lands on. And I was like, you know, like most of these are Pokemon TCG things here. And like that Guzma nerd, like we did some Pokemon TCG stuff the last time he was here, and he mentioned interest in doing that the next time that we meet up again. I'll just get some Pokemon TCG cards while I'm here, and sure, I feel lucky, why not? Let's go ahead and do that. So I spun it once, and did I put them in this drawer? Yeah, I put them in this drawer. I spun once, and I rolled it on a Lost Origin pack. I got this for that first spin. Whoa. And then the second and third spin were $10 off in store. So they were like, the first time they were like, okay, you can pick a pack of anything you want. And I was like, all right, well, maybe I'll figure that out in a little bit here. Let's just do another spin for now. And then I spun the $10 off again. So they were like, oh, well, how about at this point, since that's 20, you can just take like 3 packs or whatever you want. I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll ask Guzma. So then I reached out to Guzma and I was like, hey, what kind of packs are your favorite? Because I don't really know much about Pokemon stuff nowadays. And you had mentioned the Shining Fates, which I know is like the good one with the shinies. They unfortunately didn't have any of that. Or Lost Origin. And which just so happened to be the one that I already got one of. So I went back there later towards the end of the event and I was like, hey, can I get a few more Lost Origin since I spun on those? And they were like, okay. So now I have 4 Lost Origins anyway that are just like here in my drawer if this is like a good set or something here. And then if we're ever at like a LAN event or something like that, we can just like do that. Yeah, because I rolled one and just so happened to get one by rolling on it. And then I got like the $10 off twice, and you said Lost Origin, so I picked up 3 of those, which is really funny that I just so happened to roll on Lost Origin the first time. So now I have like 4 Pokemon booster packs that are just like in my drawer here, sealed away for when their day comes, I guess. So yeah, I have a bunch of Lost Origin booster packs in my drawer now, and it came from this place, is what it was. So yeah, I have to buy an Elite Trainer box too and bring it over there to stop by for like an hour, plan to stay for the Smash event, but you at college time is due Sunday to prioritize. Ah, gotcha. Well, if you sent a message in Twitch chat saying you were there, I'd be like, hey, thanks for stopping by. Here, take a dragon, or something like that. Oh, well. That was a-okay there. The Anime-thon area here actually had a free play Smash area. They had double Smash going on for a while, and for a little while they had this one set to Smash and the one over here set to Mario Kart, is what they did. And they had GameCube controllers here for people to play on as well. So when my little cousin and I were exploring around the venue just to, like, see the different exhibitioners and stuff like that, and went to the Anime-thon booth, there was this group of 3 teenagers that looked like that were playing free-for-all in Smash. But they weren't doing it with items on or anything. They were playing, like, the competitive free-for-all. And so I was whispering to him, being like, do you think we should challenge them to a 3v2? And he thought that was kind of funny and figured he would. So after their game was done, we walked up to them and we were like, hey, are you guys down for like a 3v2 versus us? And they were down for it. And we won each of the games that we played. And the 3 of them were like, oh no, you guys have got to be pretty good if you're challenging us to a 3v2. So they had 1 more player and 3 more stocks than us because of that. But we were able to squeeze out victory each time and played like different duos of like different silly teams that we like to do. And hopefully we didn't ruin any kiddos' days by by going into like 3v2s there at the little setup there. So yeah, there was that, and that was the event here. That was that was the schedule and some of the stuff going on around the venue. Let's dismantle some more stuff. Did I never have game capture set to Assassin's Creed Odyssey? Wow, I've been using display capture this entire time. Amazing. You'd love to see it. Alright, now I'm using game capture. Should have been doing that a little bit ago. But yeah, I might be able to buy flight tickets once you get your paycheck together. Just let you know when it'd be a good time to come visit you. Do you still want to visit during winter? Is that still something you'd like to experience? Because I do get pretty brutal here. Is like the first question first and foremost. Alright, dismantle a whole bunch of this stuff. In terms of the event itself, I had several different pinball games planned to go through. You would like to, yes, okay. Would you like to come to a LAN party? Because I've mentioned Jan LAN before, which I'm not entirely sure when it's going on yet. I'm sure I've mentioned this all once before, but like, I don't remember when the last time was, so... to hang out with? Things have gotten pretty crazy for you over here? Oh, jeez. Well, if you want to go to like a LAN event together, when was Jan LAN last year? Let's see here. Come on, load, 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 load. No, I want the playlist, not the first video. What? How did I click on this playlist? That one's so old. That's not where I was trying to get to. Jan LAN would be pretty swick. Okie doke. It's a lot smaller of a LAN party than Fragapalooza. No, he's in New Orleans, Louisiana, southern United States. At address number... No, he's a decent ways away here. Come on. View full playlist. Yeah, that's what it seems like. When was Jan LAN last year? This was, Friday, January 19th to January 21st last year. Which means this year it's probably gonna be probably the 17th to the 19th, most likely, to coincide to about the same place. Look, I played this video game there. Isn't that crazy how long this game has been going on? Wow. Wow, I was in the 30s then, not the 200 and whatever's I'm at by now. Oh, man. Anyway, Jan LAN is going on then, and it's a lot smaller event than Fragapalooza. Like, Fragapalooza is several hundred people, but the mega FPS events are like a small community hall of maybe like 50-ish people, something like that. I took this corner at Mega LAN, and I think at Jan LAN too. Like, it's still like a decent bit of setup on like LAN gaming and cool stuff here, and there's still like a mini stage and projector, and they'll run some events there. It's 3 days rather than 4 days like Fragapalooza. On this Saturday night, there's always a potluck dinner over at, like, the kitchen area, which is always cool. So everyone brings something, and then everyone shares there. Look, there's me! There I am! With the black and white hat. Look, Gary, there I am again! And they'll sometimes have, like, movies and stuff playing there if anyone wants to take a break and watch that. But most people have to, like, either go home between days or find a place to sleep in the venue. Because in the middle of January, you are not sleeping in a vehicle. Like I normally would want to during these events. Like, even during HalloLAN, the next one of these mega FPS events is in a few weeks' time. HalloLAN is the 22nd to the 24th, so I'll be here doing this in a couple weeks' time for HalloLAN, the late Halloween event. So I think I can only sleep in my vehicle during Megaland in May. I think November and January is a little bit cold to sleep in my vehicle. So there's a lot of people that sleep in this venue at this point. But it's like a cool, like, tight-knit little community of people just coming together and playing games. There's a lot of the Fragapalooza people there that, a lot of the Frag staff that basically get the opportunity to just play games as opposed to managing half the event like we do at Fragapalooza. So Mega FPS events are a really good place for Frag people like me to just play games and chill out instead of having to worry about, like, running things. Look, there I am with my 2 monitors. I'm playing Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door because that's what I was playing during that event. I didn't raise my arms! I was probably stretching, but it's funny to imagine I was cheering. Look at me. Whoa! So, there was that and my couple cameras and stuff there. What was I still playing there? There's SSJ Link, who also comes up in my story with the Extra Life thingamabob here in a hot second. He's one of the Frag staff and also a DJ. Yeah, that was still Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. I can tell by looking at it. That's what I was playing for most of the event. But yeah, it's this place. It's this place here. So he was DJing for a little bit because that's what he does at, like, these events in Fragapalooza. And he helped me a lot at Extra Life here with the with some of the setup, is the case. So it's basically the same as Janlan. This one was Megalan, but it's the same group, Mega FPS, like that's the name of the group. And they host 3 every year. There's Janlan in January, Megalan in May, and HalloLAN in November. So it's gonna be the same venue. Like, it's basically, you could say basically the same event happens 3 times a year under different names, is what you could say. So, this was in May, so I was able to sleep in my car, but this is the exact same venue as Janland would be at, is the case. There's like hockey game and stuff there because some people like to watch that. But yeah, Edmonton has pretty good public transport. I feel like you would take the bus or metro to most places. Probably could. Yeah, it's a lot smaller of an event. Lot smaller community kind of thing as opposed to like a venue full of like several hundred people like at Frag. There's my blanket that Anima sent me that my little cousin is using there. That's the Jessie blanket that has like a big photo of Jessie put on it that Anima sent me as a gift, which is really nice of her. Look, there's my hat. is the case. But yeah, I had my blanket stolen. It's gonna turn. There I am. I just had a mustache at the time. I didn't have the full beard. Yeah, that's fair there. And yeah, there's still like extra space. Like, it's rare that the entire space is used. Like, there's still this entire table that isn't even touched. And yeah, over there, everyone brings like something for the potluck, and like then everyone goes and partakes in like the smorgasbord of food that's there, and they're nice, quaint little events. Like at one Halloween block party that happened here a few blocks away from where you live. Oh, was that really big there? You're super famous. I saw your head in this video for like 3 seconds. Yeah, that's right. From the 10 subscriber Mega FPS channel that I was featured on here. I'm super famous now. So yeah, that's the Mega LAN events. But anyway, with the Smash, another thing at Extra Life, another thing that was troublesome was audio. So the people that were handling the audio video of the Extra Life event were All-Star Media, I think they were called. All-Star something or other is what the company name was called. And they were handling all the AV for the event. And when they got the HDMI cable to me, that would be like the stage, I was told, well, this will give you video, but it's not going to give you audio. Is that okay? And I was like, and SSJ Link there, that is like one of the staff members at Fragapalooza, had a look at things, and after the All-Star Media guy was giving me the rundown about how there's not going to be any audio, after he walks away and is out of earshot range, SSJ Link comes over to me and is like, these guys don't know what they're doing. I could go to my house right now and get like these cables and get set up like immediately. Like they don't know what they're doing. I was like, oh, I wouldn't know the first thing about this thing. But, yeah, there was that. And eventually, with the help of SSJ Link, they did get audio to me by putting, like, a direct line into my computer. And it seemed like I was getting stage audio at that point after a little bit of troubleshooting. But I think I didn't want the stage audio generally while I was streaming other things. So I'm pretty sure I muted it. And I think I forgot to unmute it before the event. And because I was at the stage, like, supervising the event and my controllers and all that, rather than being at my computer, I wasn't there to realize there was no audio going through, and so the entire Smash Ultimate segment of the 24-hour Cherry Stream 11 was completely muted. So I dubbed it over, like, a couple days ago. And the video that'll be published on YouTube is like a full dubbed over version of it, that, just for the full 51 minutes of the event, discusses for 10 minutes, like, how that event went, and, like, the whole setup, and how it led to be, like, muted audio. And then, the rest of it of just discussing like the full retrospective of the 24-hour Cherry Stream 11 in general. So yeah, there was that. So if anyone wants like the story that I'm telling here, but a little bit more brief, then can check out the Smash Ultimate part of that over on the YouTube side of things, because yeah, that's kind of what I go through over there. Yeah, let's destroy a whole bunch of this crap that I don't need. Sorry, I had no audio during that, and I had no idea until after the 24-hour Cherry Stream was done, since I just kept the stream going, and it was only, like, in the following days that I checked out the stream VOD, and I realized, oh, I was muted there that whole time. Whoops. But yeah, Lyceum was critical in the Hunger Games. But yeah, opposite for you, like, big events, because you just pop by for a few minutes, and nobody bats an eye. You can just pop in and feel things out. Depends on the event. Like, Extra Life you can pop into, like, the public area, but not, like, the LAN gaming area. And with Fragapalooza, it's possible to pop by and have a look at what's going on, but you're not allowed into that venue without like, you having, like, a paid ticket and wristband and stuff like that. Well, not wristband, a lanyard and, like, your frag ID and stuff like that, so that no one sneaks in and takes equipment. The only venue of the LAN events that I know of that you can just, like, freely wander, like, fully in and out to is Mega FPS. Like, the Mega FPS events like HalloLAN, JanLAN, and Mega LAN. So if you want a place to steal stuff from, no, just kidding. Like, there's not even anybody that directly asks you for, like, payment for your ticket. Like, you're the one that's expected to seek someone out to, like, do your fair share and pay your own cost, since that's coming out of the pockets of people to, like, rent the venue hall and get all the equipment that they need and all that stuff there. So it do be an entry cost, and it just goes off of, like, the honor whatever the heck mentality, where it's like, yeah, everyone's just expected to, like, chip in there, but you have to, like, go find the person that you're supposed to pay and then, like, pay them, is the case. Like, they're not really gonna be seeking you out and making sure that that's the case. If you pay, then you're eligible for prizing and stuff then, since you get a little ticket, and then they'll draw, like, raffles and stuff there. At Megaland this past year, I actually won a monitor. That was one of the monitors that I used at Extra Life this past weekend. Like, if I pull up the thingamabob here again, that little photo of me at Fragapalooza here. Wow. If I use this display capture. Yeah, so this monitor here is... I was gonna pick up and move my camera, but I guess I can just do this. Is this monitor here. That's what it is. But this monitor here is the one that I won at Megaland that I literally only use at LAN events, so I have to dismantle less of my stuff here. So I just leave this on the side of my room and just take it to LAN events because I got it for free at Megaland by winning it. And I don't remember if it was at Janland or at Megaland that a lot of the Fragapalooza staff were winning prizes, so everyone was joking about how all these Megaland prizes were just going to end up being Fragapalooza prizes given away the next year. That was kind of funny. Yeah, that one is at West Edmonton Mall on the ice rink. But yeah, enjoyed the frag the time you went. Don't mind an event like that because not a lot of social interaction. Yeah, unless you're, like, participating in lots of the optional events that are going on. I don't think that there's really all that much in the way of events at, like, Mega FPS events. Those are a lot smaller. Like, unless you want to go do, like, some gaming on the projector screen. Like, I think the last time I was there at Megaland, they had, like, 4-player Dr. Mario going for a little while. That was kind of fun. But they don't do, like, any tournaments or anything there. It's just like, yeah, it'll be here for anyone that wants to hop in and have some fun. Pretty much. And yeah, they very much are. Like, I don't know if I'd be going to events like that if I wasn't going with, like, my cousin and his kids. The last year was, like, 17th to 19th or whatever the heck. This year is probably going to be 17th and 19th. I think it was, like, the 19th to the 21st last year. So yeah, the equivalent thing this year would be 17th to 19th. I don't think the official page for Janland is posted yet. And by official page, I mean literally, like, a Facebook event page is what they post it to, as part of the Mega FPS Facebook, is where that gets posted. Currently, there's the one for HalloLAN up. But yeah, be there for a week and a half if that's alright. Yep. I think that'd be A-okay. If that's alright, Guide T. Good old autocorrect. But yeah, so, I'm sure you did type Guy T. I have no doubt about that. Look at all these shoes. Can't get rid of these ones for some reason. There. I have a whole lot less stuff. Can I save here? Am I in a restricted area? Oh my god, if I die here, it's gonna undo all that stuff that I recycled.